You asked for it, so we finally did it. Welcome to the DXM Basic Setup videos. In this series of videos, we'll cover taking your DXM controller out of the box, binding it to a node, conducting a site survey, and changing the controller's IP address. All of these functions are done via the controller's display screen, so there's no need to open software or connect to a computer. One thing to note, the controller is also referred to as a gateway because it incorporates a gateway or multi-hop radio board, depending on the model. All gateways serve as the brains for our wireless network. One gateway can talk to 47 nodes, and both gateways and nodes are bidirectional. The controller can also house a cellular modem for applications where there is no internet access. Okay, now before you power up the controller, ensure the included radio antenna is attached. Powering up the controller without a radio antenna could potentially damage the radio's output amplifier board. After the antenna is connected, apply anywhere from 12 to 30 volts DC from a Class 2 power supply to the controller's power and ground terminals. Also, whenever using an antenna outdoors, be sure to use a surge suppressor. Consult our wireless accessories datasheet for more information. Lastly, out of the box, the DXM controller is set up to be a protocol conversion tool. By default, the controller is set up to communicate to an Ethernet IP device, meaning after our EDS file is downloaded and the PLC's address is changed, the user will instantly be able to read and write data to and from the DXM controller. Okay, that does it. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.